Hello, how is everybody doing this evening? And I am back tonight with another tropical update. And a lot of things have changed since my last update. We had 91L form, which the NHC is still kind of bullish on it. They only give it a 30% chance on both directions there. Which I think is a little low because I don't think the low level center is exactly where the NHC has it. So we're just gonna have to see what happens with it tomorrow morning when I make my first update. But yeah, this it only has went up 10% since my morning update, and the system is probably going to be going. I think it's going to be going this way, so it's going to have a little bit more time over water. That is what I'm saying, and that's what a few others are saying as well. It goes north and it goes east and then north, right towards Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, North Carolina border. That is what we're probably thinking. All right, let's take a look at the radar loop here. Now, as you can see, there is just blow-ups everywhere with thunderstorms. I think what it's trying to do here is these storms are trying to find that closed circulation, and they're going to start wrapping around the center of circulation here. There are on windy. I saw on a stream earlier that it said this storm already had 39-mile-per-hour winds, which is already designated as a tropical storm. But I don't think there is a low-level center here yet. I think people are having a hard time trying to find the circulation. I'm probably saying it's right in here. I would imagine, like right in here. Let me know what you guys think of where you think the circulation might be. But I'm saying it's probably due east of Daytona Beach right now, like right in here. And as you can see, there's just a big long tail of showers and thunderstorms that are just blooming and blossoming with this system. That is why some of the models are hinting towards this being a tropical storm of some sort, or a tropical depression, or a tropical storm, or something like that. Now, more and more models are picking up on that, believe it or not. But as I said, we're just gonna have to wait and see what's going on. Let's take a look at another radar here. Let's go to my ever-loving visible, because you know I love the visible more than most. Actually, yeah, I think the center is right in here. I could be wrong on that. The center is probably right here on the Florida-Georgia border, or right in here near east of Daytona. Once again, if you guys do see the circulation, let me know down below. You know, I think we're all just trying to figure out where the low level is at this point, before we can call this, you know, any type of tropical depression or tropical storm. So as you can see, there's just cloud cover everywhere because of this system, and I think these cloud cover in Florida is going to persist into tomorrow and maybe even the next day, because this system is a pretty massive system when it comes right down to it. Alright, let's take a look at the tropical tidbits information here. This is of 0 UTC. So this is I believe UTC is European time. I could be wrong on that. So let me know down below as well. Oh man. I don't know, let's see here. It says the minimal central pressure is down to 10 millibars. So if they can find that closed circulation, then they probably will pull the trigger on this being the tropical depression at least. because getting down to 10 millibars and below, that's pretty much criteria for tropical depression. Radius of circulation is 120 nautical miles, and the radius of maximum winds is 60 nautical miles. And let's take a look at this right here. Yeah, see the low, according to this, the low is due east of Daytona Beach. And it looks like it's just getting into the Gulf Stream right now, so that's really probably when it's going to be really taking off. At least that's what some of the models are showing. This is valid at 12Z. I think we looked at this at the afternoon, late morning, early afternoon update. It shows it going right into South Carolina. It's probably a weak tropical storm or tropical depression. Has this thing? Yeah, this changed. This is 18Z here. The GEFS looks like it's going into Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And I do think that it, during this time, it'll strengthen a little bit more, probably into a low-end tropical storm before it makes landfall. Here is the 18Z guidance, and it doesn't look like it's changed much since the 12Z run. It's pretty much the same as it was. I do believe that there will be more model forecasts here overnight to really add some dynamic to this, but we're just gonna have to wait and see when that time comes, because they haven't changed it from 12Z to 18Z. Alright, we're going to take a look at the GFS here and see what's popping with this. Yep, the GFS wants to take it down to 1,008. Is that 1,003 or 1,009? I can't really tell. Whatever it is, that is looking like a tropical depression or a tropical storm. A very compact tropical depression or tropical storm. That's going to be going right into Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Let's go out the 5 days just for the heck of it. And there is our Hurricane Amanda right there going and about to go into Central America. 982 millibars. That is impressive for the very first storm of the year. Not counting Tropical Depression 1. We're not counting that. We're gonna go out in time here, about 10 days, which is 240. And as you can see, this has a pretty massive system sitting over the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico. As again, this is the GFS has been really consistent on this, and now it's starting to be time to pay attention to it, since this Eastern Pacific storm is starting to form. We're really gonna have to. It's crunch time with this one. I wouldn't say it's like crunch time. It's just like it's crunch time. If that makes sense to you guys. Which means we've got to start paying attention to this Eastern Pacific storm, which that leads to our next segment of looking at that Eastern Pacific storm. All right, here we are. The chances have gone up dramatically in the next 5 days to 70%. So here tomorrow, I think the 2-day chances will start to rise, because I think this is really ready to pop up at any given time, because the conditions are favorable for development in the Eastern Pacific. And it says this will move generally slowly northward. So as I said in my earlier update, it can go right through this little small strip of Mexico, or it can go right into Central America. I don't know which one is which way is the more healthy way for it to go, for it to stay intact, to go into the Gulf of Mexico or the Caribbean. But only time will tell. And now that we talked about this, we're gonna go look at the GFS for the Eastern Pacific, which we pretty much already saw with the Atlantic side of it. But it doesn't hurt to look at it again, right? There you go. It starts to form about 3 days out. Yeah, so starting tomorrow, we'll probably get our 2-day chances going up. And it just takes off from there. 981 millibars is the strongest that it will get before making landfall. So, at this current point in time, this is 4 days out. 4 days out. Think about that for a minute. 4 days out. That means we've really got to start paying attention to this more and more as this crosses over. Because once it crosses over, it's probably going to be forming a new circulation. And, you know, that's when it's going to really start to take off. Yeah, so I think this is really reasonable now that we need to pay attention to this, because June 1st is only 5 days away. We already know that. And it looks like this is about 6 days away from forming in the Caribbean by the looks of the GFS. Now this could still change. And the reason why I say it is now time to be paying really close attention to this is because we are less than 7 days out. At least according to the GFS, we are less than 7 days out from a low pressure system forming in the Caribbean. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching. This is tonight's update. I will have more for you guys sometime in the late morning, early afternoon tomorrow. Peace out. Have a nice night.